Tax reform taken off the table, at least for the immediate future. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin warning an August deadline is unlikely, as health reform still has a long way to go. Come on in, please. Kristin Tate. She's the author of this great book, Government Gone Wild. She is the author thereof and joins me in New York. Kristin, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
It's all very well saying government gone wild and we'd love to reform it, but Congress is doing absolutely nothing in that direction. I mean, what do you say about that?
Yeah, I mean, most Americans want a smaller government, and that's what Trump promised us, but Trump can't do that alone. But he is taking steps by himself, quietly, kind of behind the scenes, to do what he can alone. I mean, look, he's done a lot already. He's appointed a conservative to the Supreme Court, which was huge and really important. He's also empowered our Border Patrol agents on the border, and that's critical. He signed an order in January, which will increase the number of agents down there. It will stop these catch and release policies that we had under Obama. We've already seen a 60% decrease in illegal border crossings.
Yeah, all good.
All good stuff.
I agree with you entirely. All good. But on the big stuff,
yes.
Obamacare, tax reform, are you disappointed with the Republican Party?
Oh, I'm absolutely disappointed. Look, we know the Democrats are going to vote no on any initiative that Trump brings to the table. They have become the party of no. But the infighting among the Republican Party has been just as harmful, and it's got to stop. Democrats are very good about coming together and voting as a bloc for the sake of the party. But Republicans, they've been purists. A lot of them have been anti-Trump, and they tend to vote on principle. We saw that with Obamacare. I mean, look, now we're stuck with Obamacare because these Republicans couldn't come together to get things done. Now we're looking at tax reform. We've got to make this happen. We have the highest corporate tax rate in the industrialized world. And a lot of this falls on the shoulders of Paul Ryan if he cannot make this happen.
Well, not to mention the Freedom Caucus.
Absolutely. Well, the Freedom Caucus,
I blame the Republican Party.
Yes.
Unable to get together. Now, hold on a second. There's a special election today. It's in Georgia's 6th Congressional District. That's Newt Gingrich's old district. Solidly Republican for decades. But there's an election today. And the Democrat, 30-year-old youngster, is coming on strong. It just may be that voters send a message to the Republican Party, get on with what you're supposed to be getting on with. What do you say?
Well, look, that guy needs 50% of the vote to win outright. If he doesn't get it, which he probably won't, it will go to a runoff, or it will be a one-on-one. It's a crowded field. There are nearly 20 candidates. 11 of them are Republicans. When it goes to the one-on-one, the Republicans will consolidate around one candidate. He will probably lose. But the Democrats think if they can switch this seat to the Democrats, it will send a message to Trump. It will humiliate Trump, but I think it's the opposite. If they can't switch that seat, it's a massive humiliation for the Democrats. I mean, look, if you can't win with $10 million, it's pathetic.
No, it's not a humiliation for the Democrat. It's a humiliation for the Republicans. If the Democrat wins, obviously.
Oh, well, if the Democrat wins,
that's obvious. But even if he does well, he's a 30-year-old youngster. He's out there on the far left. If he does well, if he comes within like 5 or 6 points of the Republican in the eventual election, that is a humiliation for the Republican Party.
It is, but think about this. A year ago on this very program, we were talking about the importance of turnout. We have a Republican in office right now. Republicans may not be as incentivized to show up at the polls. Liberals, they are angry. They are more likely to be mobilized. So you cannot discount the power of mobilization. Having said that, I think this kid is still going to lose. It's going to be a humiliation for the Democrats. And if he loses, that sends a very strong message that the Trump train is still going strong. So.
This kid? Did you call me that? I mean, is he about the same age as you, very roughly? I'm not asking directly, but, you know, very roughly
I'm not
he is.
trying to run and make this big anti-Trump statement. But
I see you running eventually. It's a great book, by the way. Kristin, thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll see you again soon.